Throughout the school year, our KISD High School showcased several instant classroom showdowns in sports like football, basketball, and volleyball. So today we're going to recap the top 3 games of the 2021-2022 school year. Coming in at number 3, we have the Colleen Lady Kangaroos taking on the Harca Heights Knights. The game started competitive with quick scoring and back-and-forth action. Ultimately, Harca Heights would win the first period 25-22, taking the 1-0 lead. In the second, the Lady Kangaroos struggled defensively, while the Knights put up another 25 to end the second period 25-10. With Heights taking the 2-0 lead in the third, Harca Heights would put the nail in the coffin while Colleen continued to struggle with the third, ending at 25-16. Lady Knights winning the game 3-0. Coming in at number 2, Jemiah Keller and the Ellison Eagles took on Antwan Gonzalez and the Shoemaker Grey Wolves in the divisional matchup back in January. In the first quarter, both teams struggled to put up points on the board. Gonzalez finished the first with 6 points and Keller ended with 2. Ellison led the first quarter 11-7. The game started to pick up pace in the second quarter with Isaac Hawthorne hitting a 3 from the corner that was followed with a play by Keller.
Keller put a man on the floor all the way to the bucket and one. That's the athleticism of Jemiah Keller. He's got 4 in the game.
A few possessions later, Keller would then follow through with a spectacular putback dunk over multiple defenders. Later that quarter, Peterson Brown would hit his first 3-pointer of the game to tie the score momentarily before Jemiah Keller would respond with another highlight dunk coming off the steal, giving him 9 points in the game. 2 possessions later, Oladipo would go down hard after losing his grip on the rim. The quarter ended 19-25. Ellison ended up winning that half. The start of the second half, Oladipo would lose his grip again, going for a dunk. Thankfully, he was able to get back on his feet and would sit out for the rest of the game. The rest of the quarter, we saw great basketball being played by both teams, Shoemaker hitting back-to-back threes while Ellison kept their foot on the gas pedal. The third quarter ended 29-37, Ellison up with an 8-point lead. To start the fourth quarter, Keller would hit his first 3 of the game, giving him 18. Fast forward to the final few minutes of the game, Shoemaker started to score more efficiently for a moment, but Ellison was able to enforce their defense and protect their home court as they took the win 49-55. Number 1 on our list will be Shoemaker versus Harca Heights back in the football season. These teams put on an instant classic. All 4 quarters were full of action as both teams scored multiple touchdowns throughout the game. Heights quarterback Dylan Blake tossed 4 touchdown passes in the first half. He finished the night 13 of 21 for 163 yards. Knights receiver Marcus Maple caught 5 passes for 69 yards and 2 touchdowns. Shoemaker quarterback and Penn State pledge Omari Evans ran for 206 yards and 4 touchdowns, including an 86-yarder on the Knights' first play of the second half. He also completed the 7 of 10 passes for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Grey Wolves scored 14 points in the final 71 seconds to tie the game at 49. Amazingly, after getting an interception, Shoemaker had enough time to drive for a game-winning 21-yard field goal try on the final play. But the Knights blocked it and the game went into overtime for the 3rd straight season.
Picks it up, and we're going to overtime. Wow. There is a penalty flag on the field, though.
Shoemaker quarterback Omari Evans opened the overtime score with a 14-yard run. Antonio Butler tacked on an extra point, and the Wolves led for the second time in the game 56-49. On a nice possession, running back Rayshawn Sanford got Heights to the Shoemaker 4-yard line. The 6'3", 240-pound Carter drew a pass interference penalty in the end zone. With the first set of downs at the 2-yard line, Carter and the former Knights starting QB jumped in behind the center and scored standing up. The decision to go for the win turned out to be easy. The Knights would win the game 57-56.
Harker Heights wins it 57-56.
And those were our top 3 games of the school year. You can go back and rewatch them all on KillingISD.org. For Johnnie Johnson, this is KISD Inside.